Phil, I know you're our resident expert when it comes to student loans.
Yeah, you sent over it was a Washington Post article, which for once I got to read. It was kind of cool. They had there's an issue with the way the student loans are being reported when they're transferred from one servicer to the other, and some borrowers, they don't know exactly how many, but it could be upwards of over 1 million borrowers, are seeing duplicate student loans, and that can be huge for someone's credit profile.
And 50% of that is not yours. That's a huge, huge difference in what your total uh, credit score could be because of the balance to credit ratio.
Yeah, those affected are basically, in essence, having double whatever their student loan debt is, double their payment amounts, and that's going to mess up. And in the event they go and try and get some kind of lending, they're going to show bigger liabilities already in place. And apparently, from the individuals they interviewed for the article, it's not being very easy to fix. And maybe the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is going to step in, but apparently it's quite the nightmare to try and get
Well,
it
it's kind of
fixed.
like everybody else. Every organization is pointing the finger at the other organization, and the credit bureaus have no comment
Right.
at this time. But it'll get figured out. And let's just, so everybody knows, this doesn't mean that they owe double. This doesn't
Right.
mean that they're going to have to pay the overall. It's just showing a
That they
duplicate. It's basically looking like you have two servicers when you only have the one.
the one.
And this is not uncommon for loans where servicers get changed
It's not,
often.
but the turnover is usually quick. That's the thing.
Yes.
It's not the first time someone has a duplicate, but usually it's just that little bit of an overlap and just a little past the usually one billing cycle, and it's moved over and it's done.
Yeah.
This apparently has been going on for a little bit longer than a
Yeah. And
billing cycle.
we don't want to get into the weeds too much, but there's a problem because they used to be able to, when it went from one servicer to another, the first servicer would close the account. The problem with that as well is it eliminates all the payment history that has been paid by the consumer or the student in this case. And but payment history is an important part of the equation. So they're trying to say, okay, we're just transferring it. It's the
Yeah.
history's still there. It's just a different servicer. But again, it's a paperwork glitch and it's a pain in the
Yeah. So if that is you, this is why we tell people pull your credit report, take a look at it, and start that disputing process. Start trying to see if you can figure out how to get your servicers to play nice, and it should only show up once. But if you don't look into it, you may not know if you're one of those affected. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe so we can keep making your life simple and letting you know of different times you should go look at your credit report.